Hi, my name is Madeline Wiles and I recently volunteered at the Warming House. We learned a lot from going there as a group, including why it's important to be kind to your community and help out in your community as well. It also opened our eyes about food insecurity and the people who attend as guests. The best practices of the Warming House would be their mission and what they do. Creating a kitchen that allows people to come in and have a warm, home-cooked meal can make all the difference in their days. It also helps to alleviate food insecurity within the community as well. By making a healthy, balanced meal for those to eat, it helps provide with more nutrients in their daily lives. Our only thought of improvement for the Warming House would be to spread the word about what they're doing and their mission. They're helping to create a better community and more people should know about it, so getting the word out there would definitely help their case and their mission. Personally, I would come back to volunteer at the Warming House. I learned so much and it opened my eyes more about what they do and the people who attend as guests, and I would love to come back to do it again.
Hi, I am Alyssa, and I'm going to be discussing some lessons learned from the Warming House, the true meaning behind food insecurity, and some just main takeaways from our experience. So to begin, I thought that this project really helped us get a deeper concept understanding into food insecurity. I know personally I did not really understand what this term meant, but I think working with the Warming House team kind of gave us more insight into the true definition behind us, and I'm really happy that I did get to learn more about it because it is very relevant in today's world. It was a great experience for us all to take in a different perception of life and how every individual is uniquely affected by our economy. Most of us have not been in the same situation as our guests, so it was really important for us to make a healthy meal and step back and take a bigger outlook into what other people go through and kind of realize what we have and that we should be grateful for it, because not everyone is the same or in the same shoes. Some of the best practices that I thought were implemented were Franciscan ideologies. Everything that we did, whether it was just preparing the food, doing the dishes, or just talking to the guests, was done with the underlying values of the Franciscans. It was done through joy, kindness, and just community service from the deeper parts of our heart. It helped me to understand the importance of implementing these values across everything that I do in my life, and I think every other girl that was in our team would say the same. I thought that our visit went pretty well, but there was some room for improvement, more so on a personal basis. I know that this is my first ever visit to the Warming House, so going in, I was pretty nervous. I lacked confidence, and I was just really skeptical of what the day was going to be like. I think if I were to go back again, I would want to read up more on food preparation and just some critical violations and health concerns that I could make sure I was practicing correctly, because I've never really made food for anyone aside from myself, my family, or my close friends. I think that if I had more confidence, I would have done a more prevalent job and perceived my duties differently. But overall, I think it was a really good experience, and I think our team did exceptionally well, being the first time we've all worked together. But I really do think that this would have helped me to be more effective and efficient, and it's something that I will take into consideration if I get the privilege to help out with the Warming House again. I think it's a really critical experience for everyone to go through and really just get that understanding of how life is so different across the country. I think that I would definitely volunteer again, as should anyone else. And I think it really benefited me just as much as it did all of the guests. I got a lot of really valuable life lessons out of it. And it was just really fulfilling knowing that I was helping community members in need, especially growing up in this area, and seeing the smiles on their faces when we served them meals. It was definitely a very rewarding experience, and I would definitely encourage myself and everyone else to take part in this community experience.
As a group, we were able to address all 4 management functions: planning, organizing, leading, and controlling. In planning, by looking at the main goals of the assignment, such as fully preparing to serve a meal to the Warming House, we were able to assess our possibilities, such as creating the menu for the meal, and our limitations, such as food service experience as a group. For organizing, our team leader was lax, but we all had good cooperation between the team and the Warming House members. We understood that we were guests and volunteers at the Warming House, and that the other volunteers were there to reach the end goal with us. There was a good mix of us giving assignments to the Warming House volunteers and their workers giving us guidance on how to proceed with our meal. For leading, all of us were very supportive of any ideas or contributions that were being made from our partners or from other volunteers at the warming house, such as one of the warming house volunteers suggesting a vegetarian option for our guests that don't eat meat during Fridays online. And for controlling, with a few minor hiccups such as undercooked stuffing, we were able to manage our time and have our meal out in time for our guests to enjoy.
To prepare for the warming house, my group decided to make a group chat, so it helped us organize and stay connected to which we had planned for going into volunteer at the warming house. After we went and checked inventory to plan the meal that we were going to have at the warming house while we were volunteering there, we then decided who would work best at what stations and who knew what station the best, which would be more convenient while working at the warming house. And then lastly, we decided that we would all pitch in cleaning up each station, and we would all take a section or help out in one area if needed, or when we finished to go help somewhere else.